Number 8. Remove Ghoul already. Who likes Ghoul? If I look like shit right now when I'm making this video, trust me, I feel a lot worse than I look. Sorry, someone just sent me a message. But I'm making this video anyway because I haven't made a video in a while and you guys deserve some content. I would be posting more videos, but I've been studying like crazy for my GED. I passed science and English, thank you for asking. I've had a lot of time to make videos. Not really. I've had like 3 minutes of spare time. If I'm not juggling being with my friends or streaming or being with my family or studying, I'm pretty much, I get like 2 minutes to think about video ideas and then actually putting them in action. But I'm going to be trying my best because this video is about things that Behavior, the amazing game company that is in charge of Dead by Daylight, stuff that they need to fix to desperately, sorry, not desperately, they're probably fine, need to fix their game. And there's a couple things here, and this is stuff that my friends have been saying, this is stuff that my moderator has been saying, this is stuff that everywhere across social media has been saying. So we're gonna get straight into a list here. I need to fix the camera, holy, that is way too high. Number 1, and probably the easiest thing that they can do as of right now, is fix the hitboxes. This is what a character looks like compared to the white bubble that's around them where they can actually get hit or injured. Yeah, we need, yeah, this ain't good. Let's make it, how about we make the hitboxes the characters? How can we do that? Instead of it being like orbs, like it's some kind of like 3D shooter kind of game like Team Fortress, can you maybe just make the hitboxes make sense? I'm tired of going through a window every 2 seconds and then I get hit from fucking Zimbabwe. It gets very old. I'm not really able to have a bigger stand on some of these topics as the OG players do because they've experienced the game longer and they've seen a lot more issues with the game, like the certain states of the perks and certain states of killers on the release dates. I don't really know all of that stuff. I only know the stuff that I've experienced. But I'm trying not to speak for everyone because I know everyone has their own experiences with the game. Another thing that they can do is actually add licensed killers that make sense and killers that we've been requesting forever. A lot of these killers I don't understand, but I guess I can see the image. I can see BioShock or The Boys, but then there's also stuff like Star Wars and murder drones. Now, while we're on the topic of murder drones, or while people are saying that Sin would be a good killer, it gave me the idea that, yeah, you know, Sin would be a good killer for the main reason that they'd finally be able to do the one thing that they teased years ago with Legion, and it's to finally add a killer that mimics survivors and blends in with them. They literally showed this years ago in the Legion trailer. They were like, oh shit, we're gonna have to worry about a killer that can blend in with survivors, and then they never ended up doing that. Instead, we have a fucking hit and run style killer that is just insufferable to go up against. It makes absolutely no sense. I think if Sin was introduced to the game, it would bring a new kind of style and completely new mechanic to the game. If they do make a mimic killer, there are some limitations. I feel like if they do a mimic killer, they should make it to where you can pretend to work on you have the same controls as a survivor. Your power is basically you can transform into a survivor and you can have the same controls as you were playing survivor. And you can work on stuff like generators and totems to fool the other survivors and have them get close to you. But you can't do stuff like pull pallets with your power and then switch back to the killer mode and then break it. That would be unfair. I don't think that they should do that. But they should 100% add a mimic killer. This is something that should have existed years ago. I don't know why they teased this and then never did it. It's such a big missed opportunity. The fourth thing that they should do is, for fuck's sake, stop adding licensed killers that are overpowered as shit. I've noticed a pattern then the last couple years that The killers that they've added are extremely overpowered, but mainly just the licensed ones. If you were to look at Ghoul, right? Anyone who's played against Ghoul knows that it's the most unfair, guaranteed hit, Spider-Man across the map in 2 seconds killer. It's probably one of the worst and most annoying killers to go up against. But the one thing that you'll notice is that it's licensed. So in order for people to get it, they don't have to spend shards, they have to buy cells. And that costs money. The same thing what they did with Vecna. They made Vecna extremely overpowered, and no one's talking about it. The only reason no one's talking about it is because there's been a steady decline in players, but that doesn't mean people aren't buying it. They are buying it. And Vecna is extremely overpowered too. They're making all these killers that are overpowered blocks behind a paywall. It's not a killer like Clown or Blight that has a simple power like running or throwing bottles. You can get that easily with shards by just playing the game. They need to stop doing this and actually make a lot of the killers balanced and fair. Because I don't know who the hell's running these PTBs, but they are high on crack or something. Fifth thing that they should do, stop touching the fucking perks. It's getting really old. It's getting really old. They've nerfed, I'm not sure if you know this, but they've nerfed all of the exhaustion perks that implement speed for survivors. It went from 150% to 50%. Right? Oh, and then if that wasn't, adrenaline it went from 5 seconds to 3 seconds, and then it went from 150 to 50%. So adrenaline sucks too. In Dead Hard, you gotta get hooked to use it, so you can only use it a maximum of 2 times throughout the game. They continue to touch survivor perks, and it gets really old. Especially Made for This is a good example, and then Off the Record. I didn't realize that Off the Record lost half of its value until I looked back at it. It used to be 80 seconds of time with invincibility. Now it's 40 seconds. Like, what are we doing? And what do they do in return? They buff all of the killer perks. It's not a fair scale. They literally rework genetic limits to give exhaustion to a survivor if they get hit. If they get hit. Like, really? Really? It's something so powerful, but yet something so simple? This is what old genetic limits used to do, by the way. I'm hopefully pulling it up on screen. If I remember correctly, it used to exhaust you for 30 seconds when you heal a survivor. Now it's when you just get hit, you get exhaustion. Pull your heads out of your assholes. Please, I'm begging you. Get out of there. Get out of there. You come on. Come on. A sixth thing that they should do is add more legendary skins. Even if they aren't going to fix the quality of the game, they can at least make their fans happy. And I think they know from the amount of from the amount of legendary skins that they've added to Resident Evil and Silent Hill and Stranger Things, they know that they can milk their fans for a lot. Like, I used to say all the time that a third Resident Evil chapter would be perfect in the game, with Jack Baker being the killer. But if they're not gonna do a third Resident Evil chapter, they should make Jack Baker like a legendary skin for Hillbilly. Or they should make Mother Miranda a legendary skin for Plague. Or the Dollmaker a legendary skin for Chucky. There's so many things that they can do, and it's just a missed opportunity, and it sucks. The seventh thing that they should do is stop listening to the majority of their community. Not people like us that are genuinely that are pointing stuff out and saying, hey, this is a problem. But I mean the people that complain about everything. The people that complain are the people that get the perks nerfed, the killers nerfed into the ground, or the perks buffed, or the killers are too overpowered now. And it keeps switching. Like, every few months, it leans towards killer-sided, survivor-sided, killer-sided, survivor-sided. And no one is being satisfied because the entire community keeps complaining about one or the other side, and then behavior has to keep changing updates. So they have to stop giving in to community pressure, and they just have to do updates that they think is best for the game. They can't listen to a bitchy killer that's like, oh, I hate going against 4-man Swifts, it's it's horrible. If only you nerfed every perk in the game. And then they're like, okay, like, no, shut the fuck up. You're ruining the game. You're actually ruining the game by doing that. And you don't realize it, but you are ruining the game for everyone. And you just shut up. Number 8. Remove Ghoul already. Who fucking likes Ghoul? Okay, I'm kidding. The actual 8th thing that they should do is add more limited time game modes. Like, I remember that they added game modes that were only for like a week or 2 weeks, and then you never see them again. Like the giant Oni challenge, you know what I'm talking about. The one where Oni's literally the size of the Empire State Building, and you're the size of a mouse. That was a pretty fun game mode. Or the Lights Out game mode, that's another one that hasn't returned since its release. They need to add more game modes, because obviously they have the ability to do that. And if they can't make more game modes, they should at least bring back the game modes that they've already created back every now and then. Not just 2v8. 2v8's fun, but we like seeing more and new content. It's better for a lot of the community, and it will keep us distracted while you try not to fucking add any more disgusting bugs every update. Number 9, while we're on the topic of bugs now, how about you fix bugs that are actually important and not little shit? Every update fix, I know, I read all of the stuff. I have nothing better to do with my time on Dead by Daylight except figure out what the hell they're doing. And I'm reading this stuff and it's like, we fixed Chucky's voice lines. What? We fixed a bug where, like, you look slightly weird. Like, okay. We fixed a bug where this perk doesn't work with this perk on circumstances and on this specific map at this specific time. Like, what? How about you fix more generic shit, like how Nurse can literally pick you up? If she phase blinks and you're standing still, there's a glitch where she can pick you up. Just normally, while you're just standing and healthy, she can grab you like, yo, what's up? How about you fix that? Or fix, I'm sorry I'm shitting on Ghoul so much, but fix his fucking tentacle. He can hit you through anything. Anything. He can hit you through walls. Why don't you fix that? Oh my god. The 10th and final thing that they should do to fix all of the issues that have been existent for years is to use statistics and the stats of their player count to know when to not repeat the same mistakes. And I say this because think about look at this, like, stats, like when Survivor's perk, like all the Survivor exhaustion perks got nerfed, or when Ghoul got added, or when Vecna got added. When you see a significant spike down, you think, oh shit, maybe we should revert that, but they don't for some reason, and I don't understand that. When they see that the player count goes down, there's no harm in saying, oh, we made a mistake, we're gonna revert it back so you guys can enjoy the game, and everyone's like, yay! They don't do that, because they're greedy and they want fucking money. But that's every company, truthfully. I mean, what are you gonna do about that? It's funny though, because the more money you try to get from licensing and from all these different killers and changing stuff constantly, you actually end up losing money because people end up leaving. You see, you implement stuff that actually costs money to buy, but then players leave and then they don't buy it, so you actually end up making less money. It's just common sense. You pay attention to that, pay attention to the stats, and you'll probably revive your game in about a good... Oh, let's be honest, you're already fucking dead. Don't honk at me, bitch. Wait, that's all the things I think that they should fix, and a lot of these recommendations come from my moderators, people that I talk to, people in the community, people on Reddit, people on Twitter, people everywhere. People agree with what I'm saying. There will be a lot of people that are also like, but I actually do hate going against Swift. Yeah, and you know, I do too. But at the same time, we it's a skill issue. We as a community need to zip our fucking lips and let behavior cook, because you guys are legitimately forcing you're pointing a gun to behavior's head and you're like, do this, and then they do that and then they're like, well, I actually don't like this now. Like, I don't understand why I'm the only one noticing this. Obviously, I'm not. Otherwise, other people wouldn't be talking about this. But it gets really old really fast. Anyway, that's all I have to say. I hope you all have a great day. Sorry I didn't make a video earlier. Like I said, I've been studying. I hope you all have a great day. I hope you all had a great Valentine's Day. And if you're single,